You are watching ILFL Soccer Nights.
Sponsored by Mashuri এবং Hawk and Eagle.
Welcome back. You're watching ILFL Soccer Night on NTV. We've just got the fixtures for this coming Sunday to go through. So if we have a look at the screen, for the Premiership, first of all, Beaumont are taking on Ireland, Bromley taking on Shire, Cannon playing Brick Lane, Poplar playing Stepney, and London Tigers are playing Newark. I think for me, the Poplar Stepney game stands out and looks like a tasty fixture there.
I totally agree, because Poplar are on good form. I've seen them play 2 weeks ago against Beaumont, and they're very physical, very skillful, and I think the table obviously states that where they are second in the league. Stepney, last 2 games they won convincingly, so they'll have a good challenge against Poplar, so I think that should be a cracking match.
Yusuf, your own team is playing Newark, a young team that is struggling at the moment.
Okay.
Does the manager use that game to give the rest of the players who don't normally get into the first team a chance? What does he do?
To tell you the truth, yeah, I mean it's down to the manager, but I would probably agree with that. Maybe it's not one of the more difficult games. Not to disrespect any team, which I think all the teams are capable of winning on the day. But yeah, we've got a big squad, and there's so many players that want to play for the team, and so I think the manager will probably use his initiative and kind of give a couple more squad players a chance to perform. And
Absolutely. Nanu, does anything else stand out for you other than those 2 fixtures we discussed?
Not really. I mean, Poplar and Stepney, I mean, as you know, it's going to be a big clash. Clash against the Titans, they're huge. Tigers and Newark, I know we've just talked about how Newark have fallen behind this season, but one thing to watch out for is that they've got new players, they're very young. They've tried out a few tactics. It hasn't worked for them very well this season so far. But I mean, they might come out with something new next Sunday. Might be something for Tigers to watch out for.
Yeah, let's just quickly say I'm actually rooting for Shire. I know I saw the manager who's complaining what I said about the team. They haven't won a single game yet this season in the league, and they were really looking forward to the season. So hopefully Shire can do some justice this Sunday and beat Bromley, who are struggling. I watched their match, Bromley play Ireland last Sunday, and they were really struggling. So hopefully this time Shire you can actually get a result.
What about your own team, Rashid? Beaumont versus Ireland. I mean, mid-table clash.
Well, again, Ireland are one of those teams that I can't tell until on the day, the team and how they play. I watched them play against Bromley, and they did have good patches. But I think it's the discipline of the team and the consistency of playing, because I've seen the results, they've actually got quite a lot of draws. They're a hard team to beat, but these patches of when they actually play good football. So hopefully we'll see how it goes. It's a morning kick-off, so it should be an exciting game.
There you go. That's the fixtures for the Premiership. If we have a look at the screen again for the First Division. Okay, let's try again. The First Division fixtures on your screen now. Bromley Juniors are taking on Hilltown. Leytonstone St Catherine should be a tasty fixture. Tower Hamlets are playing Stepney B. Weavers are taking on Lotus, and West End versus SCTA should also be a good game. Nanu, you've played in the second division before. A lot of the teams have come up there. I think for me, 2 games stand out. What about for you?
2 games. I mean, if you look at SCTA and West End, I think they're very evenly matched. SCTA have to be very careful because they're missing a couple of the key players. West End are in very good form. SCTA really need to make some changes, because this is a new season, this is a different league, this is a more competitive league, and they can't stick to the old tactics that they used in the previous season. It did very well previous season, but this is a new season, new teams, and it's a new year, and they've got to wake up.
Mustafa, if you're watching, you heard Nanu, change your tactics, okay? Rashid, for you?
For me, I'd like to see what Bromley Juniors do. The last 2 games, they drew 1-0 and one of the game was 1-1. So they're not, for some reason, stopped scoring goals. I know they were very optimistic of actually winning the title itself, but obviously they come to a halt. So it'll be interesting to see how they actually perform that Sunday. And the game you touched on, West End and SCTA, I think what will be interesting is, I've seen the players for SCTA, they're quite physical players, big lads, whereas West End, I saw the players, they're quite small
Nippy.
and very, very small, very young. They're all 17, 18, 19-year-olds. So it should be an interesting match in terms of size-wise. Does the smaller guys beat the bigger guys? So that should be an interesting match on Sunday.
The other one would be, Leytonstone and St Catherine's. You've got Leytonstone at the top.
That is probably the biggest game of the week for the first division, I would say.
St Catherine's not too far behind. We all know what St Catherine's can do. I mean, they broke records in the past.
Again, another physical team. They've got some big lads in that team.
They've got very big physicality. There's a lot of them. They've got many players registered. They're trialing out a few new players as well. So they're in a really comfortable position and they can try a few things. But with Leytonstone, I don't think it's something that they could try out, that they need to put in a decent team in there and try and secure a win.
To be fair, I think Leytonstone, in terms of technical skills, I think they're a better team. So looking at the fixture, I would actually go for Leytonstone to beat St Catherine's, regardless of the size. I think technically they're a better team, so hopefully that will come into play and they'll be successful on Sunday.
We should find out on Sunday. Yusuf, as a Premiership team and player, do you look down in the first division and see what's sort of happening?
Yeah, I mean, I keep an eye on the results. I always check on the website. I'm interested in what happened in the divisions below us. But I mean, last season we were in the first division there, so I still like to keep up and see what's happening in that league and some of the teams we played against last year and see who's gonna try and push forward. Yeah, exactly, for next season. Keep an eye out for them, basically.
Good stuff. Well, I think this Sunday's games are very crucial because the decider for who qualifies for the League Cup happens after Sunday. So I think a few of the teams like SCTA and others will definitely need to win their games if they want the automatic qualification. In next week's program, we're doing the live draw of the ILFL Cup preliminary round, and I believe Tower Hamlets Holmes will be here joining us. Do you want to add anything to that, Rash?
Yeah, as you said, basically the top 5 from each division will automatically qualify for the first round. The other teams will play the preliminary rounds and the draw will be made live on TV. By Tower Hamlets Holmes reps will be here to actually do the draw itself. So hopefully this Sunday is your last chance to gain points and move up the table and qualify automatically. If not, you have to play a preliminary round.
Yeah, and it's anyone's game. The Premiership and the First Division is all mixed in, bundled into one group. We've got something else that's very exciting starting in 2-3 weeks' time. And I think, Nano, you want to say a few things about that?
Absolutely. I mean, you all know that the Veterans League is starting soon, but we've put it back by a couple of weeks to the 14th of November. That would be the official season start date. This is so that we can accommodate a cup competition, a tournament for the community. We're expecting a lot of teams to participate that, and hopefully that would give a taster for the season start.
I think that's a very good idea, Nanu. I mean, we've just finished the Summer Veterans League, and for players and teams to start and straight away go into a Winter League, I think it's asking a little bit too much of them. I think this will give them a break.
Hopefully it should give a break. I'm sure a lot of people who's been playing in the summer have got injuries that they could use, to a couple of weeks break. And I'm sure there are others who are still fit and ready and they want to continue playing. So those who want to take a rest, the option is there to take a couple of weeks rest and regain their strength. And those who want to continue playing, I mean, they can. So the option is there.
So just to add, obviously this time around, obviously ILFL did the veteran for the first to do it last year, and again they come back this year. What's different? I believe there's better facilities, better organised. Do you want to touch on those?
Yeah, I mean the platform overall is much better than the previous season. We took all the feedback from the previous season's participants, and we did some analysis, and we found out that the previous pitch that we played last season isn't fit for purpose. It's dangerous, it's injury prone, and for that age it's just not right. So we decided to go for a more safer option and more reliable, which is a 3G.
Tell us a bit more about that.
Sorry?
Tell us a bit more about this exciting pitch then.
Well, this is,
it's
3G, it's conveniently located, it's got parking facilities, shower, and the pitch is they're next to each other. So to get there is really easy, especially for some of the teams that are travelling from outside of our borough.
Yeah.
It's easy access from the A12. and hopefully everybody should enjoy this new facility.
And the tournament itself, is it for just the league teams or is it for everyone?
It's open to everyone. It doesn't have to be registered teams. The only prerequisite is that players have to be 35 plus, but the manager doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll come back to you in a minute. Yusuf, just like your team in the Premiership, the Tigers Vets team is also flying high.
Yeah, yeah.
I believe they've won the Summer League Vets, and I'm sure they'll be taking that momentum into the Winter League.
The Winter League, yeah.
Do you follow them as well?
Yeah, yeah. I follow a lot of the players used to play for the
Main team.
for the main team.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean we
Edson Tariq.
Tariq exactly, and Edson, yeah. I mean, old colleagues of mine. So I always follow them, and I'm always, interested in what they do. And they come down and watch us sometimes. So there is that continuous kind of flow between the teams. Because London Tigers is like, it's not just a team, it's a sort of an identity. We're all friends first, like I said, and then we play for the same team. So we can play for any of the kind of teams that we have in sort of the steps. So you can play, we start off with the under 12s, under 14s, under 16s, going through to under 18s, first team, second team, the Sunday League, the vets. So there's opportunities for everybody to, join in and play, basically.
And I think a good example of that is somebody like Tariq, who's played
right through
from the youth to the adults. Now
the vets.
He's enjoying the vets very much so.
Exactly.
Have you been to the Vets League at all and seen them play?
I've seen a couple of their games, yeah. I remember last season when we were playing in one of the finals in Hackney Marshes. I can't remember which final it was, but they were actually playing just...
For Milan Stadium, the SNT final.
Yeah, SNT final. So they were playing in that as well. And yeah, I was watching them, and they do very well. They do well.
In a few years' time, I'm sure you're going to join them.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Okay, Nanu, we need to wrap up very soon, so... are there any places left for the Vets League, or is it completely full now?
It's almost full. I mean, I'll say maybe one or two teams we should be able to accommodate if we really push it, but I think we're pretty much there.
If a player or a team is watching now who's interested, how do they get in touch with the league or yourself?
I know there's not much time left. I recommend that they call me instead of sending an application, because if they call me, I can start the process very, very quickly. And get
your details are on the website, so if anyone wants to get in touch with us, go on our website and you'll get our contact details and we can take it from there.
Right, and just to wrap up with the opening tournament that you're planning, what dates do you have in mind, and what do teams need to do to get in touch and get involved?
It will be a 2-day tournament. So the first date would be the 24th of this month. Teams need to fill in a form or reply back to the email communication that we'll be sending out very soon, and then just turn up with the team with a minimum of 10 players.
Okay. Final words, Yusuf. You want to add anything that we've not covered?
Nothing too interesting. I'll just say that I'm looking forward to the rest of the season, and yeah, I wish everybody good luck.
Thank you. There you go. That's the conclusion of the show for tonight. My thanks to Nanu on my right, my thanks to Rashid and Yusuf on my left, my thanks to everybody in the back helping out, and my thanks to you for watching. Good night.